Hey y'all. I'm answering questions again because y'all had a lot of questions last time, so I was on TikTok. So now I'm here. I'm here to answer questions. Let me try to pull up. Screenshots. Hold on. I'm gonna pull up my approval. What's up? Let's see. Hey y'all. So I said I'm gonna start going live more, or I told y'all I was gonna go live again. So what questions do y'all have for me as far as credit in your credit report? Hey. What was I talking about on TikTok? On TikTok, I was talking about really where to start. What's the best way to start building? So there's really a lot of different ways. The most common one I know is most people will add trade lines through TradeLineSupply.com. Or some people may do self-lender, but I know some people were like, don't do self-lender because why would you want to make it seem like you don't have money because you have to lend them money, and then, so that kind of looks like weird or different to the creditors, alleged creditors. But you can do trade line supply or self, because I did self, and I mean, it's really up to you. But those are just some opinions about self. And then also secured cards with your bank or your credit union. Those are normal ways to build. And then there's stuff like where you can report your rental history and maybe like other bills like phone history and stuff like that. So that's a way to start building. But yeah, there's different ways. The way I'm doing it is I'm going with my credit union. Like I'm going to a credit union who I know pulls from the consumer reporting agency that my credit is the most clear on. So say that my Equifax is at a 750 and the credit union close to me, it's always does to me. The credit union close to me pulls from Equifax. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply to the credit union that pulls from Equifax and get a personal credit card to start building my credit, because you want to have primary trade lines on there, and you can do that by applying for credit cards with your personal bank first. And then when you have two personal primaries with 2,500 plus, that's going to look good for you to apply for a business credit. I wish I had my water. But yeah, so this is actually Digital Credit Union, and they actually pull from Equifax. So there are a lot of credit unions that you could call and ask them who do you pull from? Which consumer reporting agency do you pull from? And if that consumer reporting agency that they're pulling from and you have a good credit profile for it, you can use that credit union. What's the best place to get your... Oh, I use Experian. Yeah, I use Experian. But you can use Experian or MyFICO. And I know there's some other ones as well. Pledge loans. Yep. Pledge loans. And also once that, they also keep that application for a certain time frame as well. So you could apply for other extensions of credit with that same exact original application. So say with Digital Credit Union, if I want to go ahead and apply for an auto loan, they'll keep that consumer report that they already pulled from. So for like 30 days or some or 60 days, you just have to ask them how long do they keep that consumer report on file before they decide to pull it again. So yeah, this is really the benefits of fixing your credit, because this is one of my actual first like high credit limit offers, which is really good. And I can actually ask them if I could accept both offers, and the credit limit is up to $20,000. So if I was to get the credit limit of $20,000 for both of those, I have now $40,000. And then on top of that, on top of that, this is just one bank, literally just one bank, one credit union. If there's 6 different credit unions in my area and they pull from one of them pull from Equifax, and my Equifax is at where it needs to be, I'm going to apply for every single one of them that pulls from Equifax. So that's how you can utilize credit unions, and they're usually more willing to give out consumer credit transactions, I would say, because they don't have a lot of people that's doing business with them because they're local. It takes 1 to 2 business days. So if some banks might require certain documentation, so you do have to be aware of that. Some of them might ask you for pay stubs or bank statements, a proof of income, and basic stuff like that. Some of them and some credit unions are more particular about who they want to do business with as well. Like they may ask you for all those documentations. So depending on how quick you can upload the documentation, if they do ask you for it. But with this one, I didn't get asked for any documentation. So that's good. And you can ask them if they have no doc loans, but typically between 1 to 2 business days. And it really just depends on whichever bank. Like each bank is different, and they'll let you know that as well. Hey, okay. So if you have an good Equifax consumer report right now, this is something that you could do. You go to Digital Credit Union, you'll apply for a credit card, and if your credit, usually everybody typically says between 680 and up to 700s. My Equifax, let me look exactly, see what my Equifax score is, so I can tell you guys what score I had to even get approved, because that's really important. Not the score, but the credit profile. Your credit profile is like the most important thing. Like you can have a 700, 750, but if your credit profile is not there, they're not going to approve you. Hold on, I'm trying to sign in. Let me go to the website. Let me see what my Equifax is though. But I didn't create an account for this one. I applied for the credit card, and then once you get approved, you can apply for their membership afterwards. But you have to get approved for the membership in order to get the credit card. So you want to make sure like there's nothing on your check system consumer report, because they might pull check system, and if your check system is negative or has a overdraft account on there, that might affect you. So my Equifax is a 730. And I had only two hard inquiries on my Equifax. My Equifax has no negative items on it at all. And I have student loans and a few credit cards on there. And a secured loan on there as well. So that's what got me approved. Oh, so you can apply without being a member. Then once you accept the offer, you have to become a member. Like, you have to be a member in order to accept the offer. Yes, I did. Just joining in. You don't have to be a member. Yeah, no, you don't have to be a member to apply, but you have to be a member to get approved. Yes, I got approved. I did the one with the lower APR, and then I'm going to apply for, use that same consumer report for an auto loan, and then I'm going to post the Crown Turo. And then I'm going to go to another credit union and do the same exact thing. Does that make sense? What's up? Customs by Big Black. Queen of Funding. Hello. Thank you. Thank all of y'all for being on here. Key to 700 _ But yeah. Yep, they do business. And I will be doing that as well. I wanted to get, because in order to get business credit, you have to have some primaries on your consumer report. You have to have at least 2 credit cards with a minimum of $2,500. And you have to have a good mix of credit. So that could be secured loans, credit cards, secured credit cards, auto loans, mortgage, everything. You know what I'm saying? Having a good mix of a credit profile is better as well with history. You want to have a good mix of credit in history. And like I said, you can use TradelineSupply.com for trade lines and add them on there. And they'll be on there for a temporary time for a fee. And then, yeah. They pull from Equifax. Yep, they pull from Equifax. Hold on. Let me show you guys. We love the gems. Thank you. Thank you so much. But I'm glad that y'all are actually on here to catch the gems. What other questions do y'all have? Who has a good credit history that could do this right now? Does anyone? Oh, I actually don't see their so PenFed pulls from Equifax as well, and Langley Federal Credit Union. Yes, I will be removing that inquiry before it reports onto my report. I meant before the account reports onto my consumer report. I'm making moves right now. Okay, bet. Let me know. Let me know. So like I said, PenFed Credit Union, they pull from Equifax, as well as Langley Federal Credit Union. They pull from Equifax. TransUnion, who pulls from TransUnion? Oh, I don't have any hard inquiries on my TransUnion. That's how I'm telling you. Experian, Chase pulls from Experian for business credit, and Chase pulls from Experian for business credit. Any more questions? So those are some things that you could do right now if you do have an Equifax 680 or above with a good credit profile, credit history, And you never know, you might have a family member that might have that kind of credit profile and say, hey, I can show you how to get these credit cards, these credit limits, and you give me a 10% or 5% or, something like that. Make it a business. Navy Federal. Navy Federal is TransUnion. Yep, that's right. I know Capital One pulls from... Yeah, Capital One kind of pulls from all three. But for auto, Capital One pulls from TransUnion. Capital One does pull from TransUnion for auto. But sometimes, Capital One can pull multiple. But I would say start with credit unions. There's credit unions in your local area. There's a website. I need a charger. Oh, there's one. Hold on. Oh, there's actually a website where you can look and see all the local credit unions in your area. Let me see what it's called. Dang it. Oh, man. Right here. But pretty much you can go to credit unions instead of going to bigger ones such as like Chase or Bank of America and, who don't give good amounts. Capital One credit cards are shitty. Okay. I haven't actually applied for a Capital One credit card. I've really just been going to credit unions, in all honesty, right now. Oh, it's called, here it is, National Credit Union Administration. So it will look like this, and it'll say, find a credit union, and then you can type in your city. I'm going to say, where are y'all from? Or what city are you in? What's a city? I want to look up a credit union. Excuse me. Don't give good amounts. Savannah. Okay. Yep, Savannah, Louisiana. Okay, let me do Louisiana. Fine. So here's the list. There's one on 1607. Oh, that's Department of Corrections. You might not be able to make a... So there's a full list. So let's see. There's one called Aeolus Parish something credit union. It's on Center Street in Marksville, Louisiana. Pelican State, Alexandria TMP, Heart of Louisiana. So all you have to do is go on this website, National Credit Union Administration, and you can call them and ask them what are the requirements to become a member. And most of the website will actually tell you the requirements to become a member. Some credit unions, you just have to pay a fee or donate to them. And then some of them, you might have to be an employee or you might have to live in that specific city. What about applying for credit unions out of state? Make a PO, not a PO box, but a virtual address. But yeah, there's a lot of, let's see how many is in. There's 207 pages of credit unions in Louisiana. So just make a list. Ask them, which consumer reporting agency do you pull for? Do you have business accounts, business bank accounts, or stuff like that? And figure it out. And that's how you can build your own list of banks who pull from where. So once you're like, you can use your TransUnion right now, but your Equifax might be messed up. So focus on the ones who pull TransUnion. Make a list of who all pull TransUnion. Make a list of who all pull Equifax. So once your Equifax is where it needs to be, you'll be able to have the Equifax and the Experian, you know? Yeah. But what else? But yeah, so National Credit Union Administration, you can go there and find all the credit unions. And, you know, wherever you want to do business at, you can always create a virtual address. You're welcome. What else? So I do have how to read, how to spot inaccuracies on your consumer report. It's a free webinar recording that I made for you guys to see like all of the inaccuracies on your credit report, because there's like so many inaccuracies when it comes to your name, your addresses, maybe your social security number, your date of birth, like the basic personal information, your employers. What else? What else is on there? Phone numbers. Also, because I've had like phone numbers that I never, associated myself with, or addresses that I actually never lived at. Like maybe a family member did, but how is their stuff tying into mine? But regardless, like all of that incorrect stuff, the consumer reporting agencies are supposed to have maximum accuracy. So if you never gave them your address, like how did you even get this address? And why didn't you check with me first and ask me, hey, have you lived at this address? Because it is my report. So I do go over how to read your credit report. It's a free webinar on my Linktree that you can download right now. And then when it comes to account numbers, are the account numbers accurate? The balances on there, the monthly payment history, when the account opened, when the account closed, are the late payments accurate? Like all of that. We have to pay attention to exactly all of that. Downloading. Okay, cool. Literally pay attention to, is the date that the account was open, is that accurate to the account history? Payments that are being shown, when it has those dates right there on the left side, when you pull your Experian, it'll have like if the account was open at 2016, it might say 2016, and it have all those check marks and those dots, reporting the history. But say that the account was actually open in 2013, but they're only reporting 2016 to 2023. Is that maximum accuracy? No. Do the payments match up? Like for late payments, is that maximum accuracy? No. So no matter what's reported on there, it's always supposed to be at the maximum accuracy. So that's really important to know. Even basic stuff just like that, simply just like personal information and stuff like that. And you can always get your personal information removed. I know Experian is pretty negligent when it comes to removing names that are attached to other accounts. So say that you have your first, middle, and last name attached to an account that's reporting, but you only want them to report your first and last name. They're going to say that they can't remove it because it's attached to an account and you need to update it with the creditor. Like, that's doing absolutely too much. Why do I have to dispute with you and wait 30 days just for you to tell me that, oh, I need to update it with the creditor? Like, no, it's your job that you assumed to furnish a report on my behalf, and it's your job to make sure my report has the maximum accuracy and is fair to me. And if I just want a certain name on there, I need that name. I don't want the middle name or anything like that. They might give pushback, but I know for experience, but Equifax and TransUnion are pretty good at least personal information, removing the addresses, removing incorrect names or middle names or whatever you might need to do. But I would say you can remove your middle name, have only one address, one name, and one employer, and one phone number as well. What else? I was just about to say something. But yeah, do y'all have any questions? I'm about to go, but yeah, so Digital Credit Union pulls Equifax, so definitely tap in if you can. Okay, no questions. All right, so thank y'all for tuning into the live, and I'll be live again very soon. But yeah, run those plays. Clean your credit report. Dispute negative accounts. Y'all already know what to do.